Number one, welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Casey DeSantis.
Victory! That's right. Hey, I'm Curtis Dvorak. Happy Victory Monday, and we are in the playoffs, and I have not been able to say that for 10 years.
You haven't?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last time we were in the playoffs, I was wearing a big furry suit.
So now it's come full circle. You're out of the suit, and they're in the playoffs. So that was an exciting. You went to the game yesterday.
I did. I've been lucky enough and fortunate enough to have many friends around town, and I've had some tickets for several games this year, and I was there yesterday. Absolutely amazing to sit and go into a game as a double-digit point favorite. Keelan Cole right there, stiff arming, and then there's all kinds of great signs around the stadium. But really crazy to go into a game as a Jags fan, double-digit point favorite, and by the end of the first quarter, it was boring. By the end of the first quarter, it was like, yeah.
But that's great.
That's cool.
But it's a good boring.
A great boring. But it's still unusual. Jag fans are still trying to figure out how do you act? What do you do? Because a year ago,
celebrate, right?
A year ago we were firing our coach, and it's like, so now we're at 10 wins and we're in the playoffs, guaranteed the playoffs, but we have not obviously locked down. And there's my dude Blake, just slinging the rock, folks. By the way, the bandwagon for the Jaguars is obviously getting full over the last this whole season, but Blake Bortles' bandwagon is awfully full as well, and starting to fill up with a lot of people too. So it's really cool to see. He played another amazing game. Whole team's playing great, but yeah, to beat a division rival like the Texans that badly, and in front of the home crowd, last home game of the year, it just, look, man, I've been with them 21 years, and we're in the playoffs, so I'm not like celebrating just yet because it doesn't mean anything yet.
Okay, so you said that earlier, so talk, because people are excited. We're in the playoffs, like this is exciting, but you say there's so much more that needs to come down the pike.
Yeah, and you watch the videos from the locker room stuff, and the players, same thing. They know that there's a lot more work still to be done. This is amazing, and it's amazing to get in the playoffs after 10 years not being in it, but there's still so much work to be done, and it can all go away, in these next 2 weeks. So I'm excited, but I'm really excited about this week. Now the Titans lost. We're 2 games up. We win in San Francisco. We win the division, the AFC South. We will win our first division title in the AFC South ever. We've never won one.
Okay.
And it'll be our 3rd division title in the team's history. We've only won 2 other division titles. And that division title is important because you get a home playoff game.
And you saw the fan a second ago who had the sign, all I want for Christmas is a playoff, and then they amended it to say all I wanted for Christmas is a home playoff game.
Yeah.
So it's contingent upon watching what happens in San Francisco.
All we got to do is win. It's another win and we're in.
I'm sorry, San Diego.
San Fran.
Oh no, San Fran. That's where it is.
It's another win and we're in.
Another win and we're in. So that's all. We don't, and it doesn't matter what the other teams are doing. It's just us. We just have to win one more game and we get the home playoff.
Yeah, we win this Sunday in San Francisco.
Okay.
We clinch the AFC South, and that is amazing. It's really cool. So many great stories on the team.
Yes, there's one that's really circulating around about Jaden Mickens. Have you heard about this? The producers were talking about it this morning.
So great, so great. This guy, by the way, 2 touchdowns yesterday. His first 2 receiving touchdowns of his career yesterday. And this dude comes on our team back in September, like mid-September. He gets signed by the Jaguars as a undrafted, free agent. The Raiders had cut him on September 4th. Dude comes to Jacksonville, and when you come in as a practice squad player, which is what he was being signed as, you don't know how long you're going to be here. You could be here a week, you could be here 2 weeks.
You don't even know if you're going to make the roster, right? You're just practice team.
And you only get a few nights in a hotel that they put you up and say, here you go. But then after that, you're on your own. Dude slept in his car.
Wow.
Dude slept in his car because he wants to start businesses, and he is saving every penny he can. And he didn't know if he was going to be here the next week or not, and to sign even a month to month is a lot of money to put down, when he only got that 1 check for the first week. Because you only get a check each week. People don't understand. Even the practice squad, they get a check just for that week.
1 week, and then you find out what happens at the end of the week.
You hope you're there at the end of the next week to get another check. Yeah. And so he was saving his money so much that he slept in his car for 2 weeks until he was put on the active roster. And then when you're on the active roster, that's when you get a bigger
so it doesn't go week to week at that point.
Well, it still goes week to week, but it's a bigger check.
Okay, so we can get into the hotel rooms, or we can get an apartment at this point in time.
For example, practice squad player makes $6,500 a week,
okay,
which is still a lot of money. But he only makes it for that week, and he could be cut the next week.
Got it.
And so if he's on the team for 15 weeks, he made like 90, 100,000, something like that. But there's no guarantees in the NFL, so you can't help but root for that guy, man. He's now he's catching touchdown passes.
Yeah, 2 in 1 game. You said. Yeah, that's exciting. So
good.
Okay,
so
well,
good.
Congratulations. So that was really good for the Jaguars. Not so good for the people in Atlanta. Did you hear about what happened the other day at Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport? Lost power. 11 hours. They were without power. More than 1,000 flights canceled. All kinds of people across the country were impacted by this. And you can imagine that this was a nightmare for passengers and airline employees, of course, who had to come out and say, hey, guys, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties, like this lovely lady. Take a look.
There's nothing going and it's coming right now, so we just ask that you continue to be patient with us. So we do appreciate your patience. We will try to get some water and snacks over here, but if someone has a specific need, please don't hesitate to let us know. Again, I apologize for the inconvenience, but just be patient with us, okay? All right.
Yeah, the snacks, because you think about it, all the restaurants were closed. And so these people were stranded with no power, no nothing, no food. And they said it was an electrical fire that they are now investigating. There was a failure with a switch. And so 11 hours later, they were able, so they're seeing, is there anything, there's a little screwy going on here with what happened with that switch. But as of now, things are back up and running. But, of course, there's the trickle-down effect of what this happened to other flights because some people were diverted midair.
Yeah.
Some people
Hundreds.
landed and then they were stuck on the plane because they couldn't get off. There was one story of a lady who said that they were rationing snacks on the plane, but she said she was fortunate to be on the plane for 4 hours after coming, from a flight from Florida, because at least they had food and they had air conditioning and power in the plane, versus being in the airport with nothing.
Yeah, travel week and you're trying to get home.
And right before the holidays.
Right before the holidays, yeah.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Sometimes when they get that bad, when travel, all you can do is just laugh. I mean, you gotta laugh at it because it's just you'll go nuts.
Maybe hour one you can laugh, but then then you go for the next 10 hours.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't have stayed there for 10. I'd have been like, you know what? Looks like I wasn't meant to go home.
I bet you every single rental car. Well, but they couldn't rent them, right? Because they didn't have power to do the compete. So what would you? I mean, yeah, really. Uber. And then your phone. You only, like me, I would have like 2%, right?
By the way, can you charge your phones?
No. So you would have 2% left on the phone.
Uber, and I'm out.
Uber, and just take me to the nearest pub, right?
For frosty malt beverages.
There you go, something like that.
That'll get you through it.
Oh boy, no, probably not the best of ideas.
Not you.
Okay.
You can't do that.
No, absolutely not. Okay, you were out being generous over on Friday. You had a chance to go out and you were spreading some holiday cheer at the St. John's Town Center.
That's right. We got inspired by the JSO giving out $50,000, and we didn't have 50,000, but we did have quite a bit. We had some giveaways for people out there, but I wanted to make them earn it, so I had to ask them a scruples question. Take a look. How's it going?
Hi.
What happened?
Cheerleading.
Cheer practice?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, you're gonna need some energy getting around there. When did this happen?
Oh, last night.
It just happened last night?
Yeah.
Oh man, gotta help you out. This is gonna help you get through the rest of the day.
Thank
Little
you.
$20 at Starbucks.
Thank you.
Give you a little bit of energy. There you go.
Thank
All right.
you.
All right. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of holiday cheer, basically caffeine to get you through the day. $20 at Starbucks.
Thank you very much.
Given to you by First Coast Living, First Coast News, NBC 12. I know this is a channel you watch all the time, right? Right?
That's right.
There you go.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice day.
You too. You too. Let's go give away some more stuff. Watch out if you're playing hooky from work. You don't want your boss to see you. Watch out. Hey, how you doing? You thirsty? Starbucks?
Nah.
No, you don't drink Starbucks at all?
I drink it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, here's $20 at Starbucks given to you by
wow.
First Coast Living, NBC 12 here locally.
All right.
Happy holidays, man.
The same to you. Thank you.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
$20 at
Thank you.
Starbucks.
Appreciate
First
it.
Coast Living and First
Yes,
Coast
I'll
News.
watch you guys more often now.
Ah, yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. $20 gift card to Starbucks. There you go. Happy holidays from First Coast Living. Merry Christmas. You know what? There you go. $20 at Starbucks.
Wow, thank you so
For
much.
being a good person.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. There you go. You too. There you go. I like that. I like that. Good people. Okay, there's $20 at Starbucks.
Sweet. Thank you.
From First Coast, from your friends at First Coast Living and First Coast News.
Thank you. Hey, y'all have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That was the easiest gift card
Yes.
that people have ever received.
So I jumped the shark there. You're gonna see the questions we asked them about Florida Lottery. It's a lot of fun.
So some
You're
people a little bit more difficult, but those people
You'll see more from some of those people.
Yeah.
Some great answers coming up in another one. But it was fun. It was fun to just surprise people. And the one guy, like you saw, he's like, no, I don't want anything. I'm like, I'm trying to give you stuff. And he was
yeah,
like,
but what are the strings attached? It's there's
Yeah.
no such thing as a free lunch.
yeah. So it was
But I
really,
will take
really
a
cool to
free, one of my favorite now at Starbucks is the caramel hot apple cider. Caramel
right.
spiced hot apple cider. Love that. I
No
love
caffeine.
it. No
so yeah,
caffeine.
gotta
No,
stick
it's
with that one.
good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, we're feeling a little generous again today too. She's rolling into the First Coast before the new year. Kisha Cole is a friend and performs at the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena on Friday, December 29th. She'll be joined by 112 Dougie Fresh and others. Tickets are still available, but we're giving away some right now. Just text the word concert to 25543 by 3 p.m. today. You must be at least 18 years old to enter and come here to the station to pick up your prize.
Okay, we're not the only ones spreading holiday cheer. Have you seen this story? A restaurant owner in Washington State did just that when he left a $3,000 tip, and he left it for the entire staff. Apparently, the generous man is a regular customer, and he comes in on the weekends. He's kind of described as like a friendly, low-key guy who always sits in the same booth, orders the exact same breakfast. So last Saturday, no different. He left behind a $3,000 tip, however, that was the big difference, on a $39 bill. Didn't even say a word. The staff initially were thinking to themselves, hey, this has got to be a mistake, until they read the note on the back of the receipt. And the kind gesture left the staff members literally in tears, saying, you know, a lot of them, they really needed the money.
I think
I never thought it would happen here in this little restaurant. I was shocked.
And so when you read that note, what's so amazing about it was he said, when I was 7 years old, my parents worked in a restaurant and we were dirt poor. We didn't have anything. And so here's $3,000, hopefully to make your holiday just a little bit brighter.
I mean, that is unreal. I was just doing the math real quick, and it's a 770% tip on that bill. I think 39, yeah, something like that.
That's so
I
great.
think I'm close to my math there, but yeah, that's really cool. Gotta wonder though, the server, they take that back
Zero?
at the tip out. They're like,
Wait, did you mean, where did you want to put that decimal point? Is there 3,000?
you hear them holler, we're not sharing tips today, right? Right? We normally pool tips, but we're gonna keep our own today.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Props to you, man. Love people doing well.